I thought I'd tell you guys a story today because I just really think that it's a good thing to share stories, and it's definitely a big part of who I am, and it's definitely the reason why I came to camp. And it's a big reason why I do what I do, because if I didn't have these experiences and these stories, I wouldn't be able to share them with you. So probably some of you guys have heard this, and if you have, I'm sorry, but it doesn't hurt to hear things again, because sometimes you need a refresher on the message. So back to when I was 16 or 17, I don't remember which age. It was when I was a junior in high school. I went to camps in LIT, and I'm like, I'm gonna try my first year LIT. So I did it. If you guys know Adam Shortsleeve, he was my counselor. Love that guy, he's really nice. And he was really cool, and I definitely enjoyed him a lot, and he was a great friend to me. But the problem was, it wasn't Adam. Adam was my friend there. He was my closest friend that I've had at camp when I was going through LIT. And the problem was everyone else. Not the staff. The staff were great. The staff loved me. I loved the staff. There was no problems there. The problem was my cabin and my other LITs. And it really just became a problem because they came to the point of bullying me. And it's weird because I understand I get bullied like occasionally, but it's not bad. But the way it happened was I was getting bullied because I was the most athletic one in the group. And to me, that didn't make any sense. Like when I was a kid, I always wanted to be the most athletic and do the best in sports because I love sports. But I was being punished for being good at them. And it was kind of like they just like pushed me out of the way. Like I wasn't even good enough to like be in the group because they wanted to like shun me for some odd reason. I didn't understand it too much. But definitely a person who helped me through all this was Adam. And he really helped me get through the tough times and realize like it's not about the people in my cabin, it's not about the other LITs, it's about the job, and about working, and about showing Jesus' love to other people. And so I really was just like left with a sour taste in my mouth, not from Adam, but from everyone else, so I didn't know if I was even gonna come back. So I started to think in the summer, or the winter, and I'm like, there's no point in me coming back. I'm not gonna have fun, I'm not gonna enjoy it, the people aren't gonna like me, what's the point of coming back? So I just totally stopped, and I'm like, whatever. So one day, I think it was like March or April in that area, so it was kind of late, and it was kind of weird to sign up for camp that late for me, because I always signed up in like January. So I go and I look, and I'm like, oh, brochure, I might as well read it and look to see what it is. And it was a Camp Sentinel brochure, and I'm like, oh, okay, let me just take a look and see what they have. I mean, maybe I'll be in the brochure for some odd reason. So I'm looking through it, and I see a bunch of different camps, and I'm like, maybe I might find this might spark my interest, because I've already tried LIT, it didn't seem to work for me. So I'm like, ooh, Ultimate Frisbee Camp, sick, I love Ultimate Frisbee, it's gonna be so much fun. So I'm really pumped about doing this, and I'm like, this is gonna be so much fun, there's gonna be so many people there, everyone's gonna wanna do it. So it comes to a couple of weeks before Ultimate Frisbee Camp, and Kevin gives me a call, Kevin Van Brunt, he's like, so, he was talking to my mom actually, I'm pretty sure, and he's like, so, yeah, your son's the only person who signed up for Ultimate Frisbee Camp, and we can't do a camp with one kid. I'm like, what? How does one person want to play Ultimate Frisbee? That doesn't make any sense to me. So we go and we're like, well, he's like, I can offer you two things. I can just give you your money back straight up, and there'll be no problems or anything. Or you can choose to come back as the second year of LIT, and I'll only charge you for the 1 week. And I'm like, what do I want to do? And I'm like, it's a really good deal for us. I mean, we don't have a terrible lot of money to spend. And so I end up going for a second year of LIT, and I'm like, all right, let's give it a try. So it turned out that year at LIT changed my life. It was one of the best years I've ever had at camp. And it was a really good experience for me because I found a cabin mate that I ended up being best friends with, and I still see him pretty often, like once a month or twice a month, and that's even outside of camp. And that's John Dorsey. Guy's kind of cool. If you've never heard of him, check him out on Facebook. He's kind of the man. But it really just was nice to have people who just truly appreciated me for who I was, and to truly care about me and just love on me for who I was. I didn't have to change or be a different person for them, and that was cool. So through that year of camp, and through all those people loving and caring on me, it made me be happy about camp. It made me enjoy camp. It made me want to be there, and it made me feel loved and special when I was there. So I actually came back 2 times, 2 separate weeks that summer to come back and do even more camp because I was just loving it so much. And then the year after I applied, and I'm like, I'll apply to camp. It can't hurt. I mean, I'm not bad. I could be worse. I think I'm pretty good. I think I'm good enough for the job. So I apply, and I get hired, and it was amazing. And through that, I've now worked camp for 5 years. And spoiler alert, I might be coming back for a 6th year this year. We'll see. So it's really just opened the door for me, and it was funny because God was being like, Andrew, this is where you need to be. And then I'm like, God, it doesn't make any sense. Why would I want to be there? Like, it's time to go. And I was like, you close the door on that place. I don't belong there anymore, God. And he ended up being, you need to be there in the first place. He gives me the door, the open door that I'm supposed to be walking through. And it was fantastic, and it was really helpful. And there's a car right there, they're confused by us. But it was great because I got to experience God showing me the way to go firsthand, and it really gives me a great Bible verse to go from. And it's Revelations 3:7-8. You probably heard me say it about 1,000 times, but I'll say it again. What he opens, no one can shut, and what he shuts, no one can open. I know your deeds. See, I have placed before you an open door that no one can shut. I know that you have little strength, yet you kept my word, and you have not denied my name. And it totally fits my the way of my life. In my high school years, I was like, there's no door for me to go through, but yet I kept God's name, and I kept being like, God, I still love you. I still think you're amazing. Just because camp's not working out, I still love you. And through that, and through me just staying strong with God, he's like, your time's not finished here. You might think your time is done, but it's actually not. And he just totally opened up the door, and he brought me back to camp, to the place I love, to a place where I am so happy that I'm a part of, and I'm blessed and thank God every day for being a part of Camp Sentinel. So just keep in mind that when you think you're done with something, you're probably not. And you should always pray about it because God knows the answer and he'll definitely point you in the right direction. So leaving you on this note tonight, I just really just take a look to see what doors actually open up when one shuts, because there's always going to be another door that will open up when one shuts. Have a great day.